Oh. There you go.
And I'll thank you. I'll post it on the announcements of my Discord.
Yeah. Bumper Ross, how many bits to perma-chat ban me? You give me as many as you want, I'm still not gonna perma-chat ban you. Right, anyway. Yeah. It's the second time I've done this. The first, or it would have been last week, but I had some stuff come up with family and whatnot. So that was a slight pain in the ass, but yeah. That's how things go. For today's podcast, we have TheMysteriousSwede, who I've known for a while now, actually. I've known you for how many years?
I think it's been like almost, I think it'll be 2 years in like February, I think.
I think it might be 3, because 2 years since I modded for you. I think it's like 3 or 4 since I've known you. Because I met you way back when I first jumped on Twitch and was looking around the War Thunder chats, and I think it was you and Donnie were the first 2 people.
Very possible, actually. I've got terrible memory, so I wouldn't know.
Something like that. We also have Dita.
Hello.
I was going to describe you, but the only words I can think of is Serbian Fly Daily.
Wow, rude.
Oh yeah, he likes anime too, so, you know.
I can't say much.
And we also have Atsuk0, who's a War Thunder Live moderator.
Hello, yes.
He's
It's okay, I don't bite.
We had another War Thunder Live mod, the last Thundercast pod, and that was Thundercast pod. Thundercast podcast, and it was Nomad. So that was a fun one. I was gonna get Dita in here, but Dita's actually not available at the moment, so I did have to do some switcheroos, and I ended up with this bunch. But yeah. Anyway, let's start off with something simple. Feel free to introduce yourselves in whatever order. Just, you know, what you do.
Maybe we should just like go down the
yeah, go down the voice list. So it's a.
Oh,
I guess I should call you Vish.
Yeah, just call me Vish. It's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you want introduction wise?
Oh, you know, just like, you know, say your War Thunder name, whatever, or your online name or real name if you really want to, whatever floats your boat, and just kind of explain how you ended up as a part of the, or ended up founding War Thunder.
Yeah, alright, so, founding War Thunder. Yeah, so, Vish, Atsuk0 in-game. I started playing in early 2013, because, like, I've always been a history buff, so, like, I think sometime in, like, high school, I was just like, oh, I should go and look for a game that's regarding World War II stuff. And I found War Thunder when it was, like, still kind of in its infancy. And, yeah, 12,000 hours later, here we are. Yeah, so, I played a lot. I've played a lot for, what, the better part of 4 or 5 years now. I became a mod about 1.5 years ago-ish. Mostly through, so I started skinning. I do skins. I started skinning, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. But through skinning, I met some other, like a lot of other skinners, so I've kind of created that community. And through that community, I also came into contact with some moderators, and they mentioned, oh, we have mod spots open. So I thought, hey, I'll apply, and yeah, got accepted. I've been a mod for about 1 year now. It's a pretty fun job. Hopefully, I've kind of been aiming to like try to get past the stigma that some people have about how all mods are evil and like to kick babies or something like that.
Jeez.
Oh, trust me, we've gotten a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, the 7 months I've been a Game Master, I've had my fair share. So.
Yeah, but yeah, that's me. As far as in-game goes, I'm sort of a wereaboo. I have like the entire German air and tank tree completed, so that's my claim to fame, I guess.
That's alright. I would expect with 12,000 hours you'd have something completely complete.
Oh yeah. I've got mostly everything there is.
Not past tier 3. Fuck.
Someday.
Oh no, I'm not past tier 3 in ships. Fuck.
Yeah, damn it.
Rightio. I've introduced myself before in the first one, but to those who are tuning in now and don't actually know me, I'm Collusion, I'm a weeaboo, I'm a War Thunder Game Master, I do Twitch mod stuff here and there, and I'm also in Discord volunteer moderator training at the moment, and I've got my test tomorrow, so that should be fun to look forward to.
Ooh, what does that mean? What is a Discord voluntary? Explain.
So, volunteer moderator for Discord means I moderate on the official Discords. So,
Damn.
like, you know, once I have Discord stuff in them, I'll sit there and mod for them. It's kind of like being a community helper for War Thunder.
Okay.
But it's a community helper for Discord instead.
Cool.
So I'll be handling that as well as Twitch and War Thunder. Which is taking up my free time, but I've got that much of it that I don't know what to do with it. So, you know. But yeah, that'll be me. So next is Ditto.
I really hate introductions, do you know that?
Well, you don't have to do it in an introduction format, you just do you.
I do me. You don't want me to do me.
I don't think I do, actually.
Anyway. Hello, I'm Dita2233, I guess, in War Thunder. I make dumb videos on YouTube with anime profile picture, I guess, that's a thing. Some weird-ass Serbian guy with an anime profile picture, that's the best thing I can describe about myself.
It's unique, I'll give it that much.
It's okay, Dita, we still love you.
I play this game way too much. Dita, are you an anime girl? Yes.
Yes, confirmed.
Just need to make a Dita tank skin.
Oh god, don't.
I'm sure someone will eventually.
Yeah, I mean, there's already a Fly Daily universal camo for all of your tanks, so, you know. A Dita one won't be far off.
God, no.
See, now that you mention it, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's inevitable at this point.
I can already imagine Steven from Gaijin screaming at me, whoever that, for that being in the game.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's like, quick, somebody make a Dita tank skin.
Yep.
That's when you know you succeeded.
Oh yeah. It's someone called Dita an anime girl, so... Yeah. Whatever,
And I'm still waiting for that pizza. I ordered it like 30 minutes ago, when is it already?
It's a long-ass pizza, but then again, I ordered a pizza from Domino's the other day and it took me 40 minutes to get here.
Yeah, it usually takes like 40 minutes, an hour over here to get it out.
Fish, is that you?
Yeah, so I go to school. I go to school in like a large city in the U.S., and so if I ever order pizza, it takes like 2 to 3 hours average. It's pretty bad.
Damn.
Oh no, hey.
It's worse on Sundays because I mean I'm in the U.S., so American football is like very relevant. So it's like every Sunday there's a shit ton of games, and so as soon as it's Sunday and you order pizza, then like there goes like 4 hours of your day waiting.
Yeah.
It's a pain.
Yeah, so next to me... Oh. He lost his fish, is that you?
Yes, it's me, Helos. Hello. We're still watching JoJo later. I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, so last but not least we have Swede, who's... Well, he can explain it himself. His introduction.
Alright, my name is TheMysteriousSwede originally, but over the course of the time where I've been on Twitch and YouTube, which has been... it's been a little longer than 2 years now. I've come to be known as Swede, Swode, Simon, which is my real name. Big Gay is another one that I'm being called every now and again. But yeah, Swode and Swede would be the ones that I usually go by now. I have played War Thunder since 2013, I believe. Not actively, however. I made my account in 2007 or 2013, and on and off I've been playing since. But when I started streaming and making YouTube videos, kind of on and off, that's when I really started taking it more seriously, which was in December of 2015. The reason I remember it so clearly was because I had just finished my boot camp in the Swedish military. So at the moment I got out there, I started playing War Thunder and started streaming. So yeah, I've been playing War Thunder for quite some time. I don't do it as much anymore though, just because really random reasons, not because of the reasons most people have. It's just I don't have that big of an interest in the game anymore, unfortunately. I do like to revisit it every now and again though, but mostly nowadays I do schoolwork and
Play
other
Maple
stuff
Story.
that too.
That's respectable. That's respectable.
Yeah,
I mean, me and him were
but
checking
yeah,
out Maple Story too, so yeah.
But yeah, I don't really play War Thunder that much anymore. However, I am kind of I'm still trying to keep up with all the updates and relevant topics, I guess. So I still try to stay in the game, just not actively play the game.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's okay. The only vehicle I've played in like the past 2 months is the German T-34. Like that's it.
I think yeah.
Oh shit.
I see you trying to shoot down the plane.
Well, I've certainly killed it, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, are you guys in a squad?
No, I'm playing solo.
I just
I'm
watching the
just
stream.
giving the stream something to watch while we talk. So,
Okay. So we should squad up and just go dick around and
oh
something.
yeah, the squad's open if you guys want to hop into the squad. I'm just,
Hell yeah.
doing that.
I'm not gonna be able to talk if I play, so
That's
I'm
fine.
just gonna, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
pretty much the same.
Yeah. Oh, so this is a good question for Dita and Swede. What made you decide you wanted to do, like Twitch streams and YouTube for War Thunder specifically, and not some other game like, I don't know, Call of Duty or Minecraft or whatever?
You can go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll be second.
Let's see. I don't know. It's probably because one, I had way too much time on my hand because I had to stop working because my mother got sick back then.
Mhm.
And then I discovered War Thunder and started playing it religiously. Like I haven't played any other game for next year or two. So all of a sudden I was like, hey, I should make some videos. And then I thought to myself, hey, I don't know how to video edit or anything like that. So a friend of mine gifted me a fucking code for Sony Vegas, right?
Mhm.
And then I spent next month just learning Sony Vegas, how to edit. And then I started uploading, I guess, just like memes. That's pretty much how it happened.
All right. So for me, I've always been doing a lot of different creative stuff. I've been doing music for a very long time, and also actually making videos for a very long time on my TheMysteriousSwede channel. However, the first movies or videos that I actually made were Maple Story 1 gameplay and the game, not reviews, but walkthroughs of Maple Story 1 back in the day. But then when I discovered War Thunder, I was like, this is a really fun game. And then I didn't start making War Thunder videos until a couple of months in of my Twitch streaming. And the reason I started streaming War Thunder was because I saw it as a great game because I'm not going to say the game has a lot of dead time, but there's a lot of time when you can focus on other things apart from what's happening in the game, which really allowed me to see if someone would be typing in the chat, and I could try to communicate as much as possible with my viewers, which obviously at the time weren't that many. But because War Thunder is a pretty small game on Twitch, more and more people started dropping in, and eventually I started growing more and more in terms of viewer base, and all of a sudden I realized this is I really enjoy doing this. So I continued playing War Thunder, continued streaming it, and eventually I got the request of making videos on it. And I was like, okay, I'll guess I'll do videos. So I started doing War Thunder videos a couple months after I removed my Maple Story videos, because that was kind of I didn't really want to be associated with that stuff anymore. So I removed all that stuff, continued on to War Thunder, and yeah, the real reason I started with War Thunder streaming specifically was just because I really enjoyed the game, and I've recently I've been on Twitch for I don't know how many years now, and I was like, I've finally got good enough internet to have a somewhat consistent stream. So I booted it up and see how it went, and more and more viewers popped in, and I was like, okay, let's see if we can take it to the next step, and here we are.
Fair enough, Ben. And I definitely remember being a part of that community when it first started, or
Mhm.
you know, when it was small.
Yep.
That was
Well, I mean, it's still pretty small, but compared to how it was back then, you know.
Oh
It's,
yeah, you picked up steam quite a bit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
As an extension of that question, because as someone myself who kind of wants to get into the whole like streaming and making videos thing, what like would you guys have like any advice in particular?
It's a very difficult question because it really has to do with your own motivational level. Like the mainstream advice that you're gonna get is always like, be yourself, make sure to have fun, la la la. And of course that, you know, it's really important, but then at the same time you also have to listen to what other people want. It's not always about what you want to do, but also what people want to see. And if you can find the combination of what you want to do and what the people that are watching you, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, then that's what you're gonna find. Like, this is what I really enjoy. Because I went from playing War Thunder and loving War Thunder on Twitch to the part where when I started getting into the top tiers and everything started to get really slow, I realized I don't really like to do this anymore. And that's where my fun really dropped for the game and for streaming War Thunder, and that's it kind of influenced the viewers as well. So they started going, well, play what you want, and I was like, all right, I'll play what I want. And when I found the combination of knowing what I want to play and knowing what the viewers want to play, and they kind of went hand in hand, that's when I really felt like I enjoy streaming. And that's probably my biggest advice. Don't necessarily play what you want to play, but don't play what the viewers want. Try to find the connection between the both. Does that make sense?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. But definitely make sure to, and that goes hand in hand with having fun. You definitely don't want to spend so much time doing something that you don't really enjoy. So, yeah, that would be my best advice, I guess.
Yeah, definitely something to take in there. Especially because, like, the way I figured I would get into doing streams and whatnot would be, I'll grab members of the War Thunder community, and I'll do what I did way back in the day, because I actually did podcasts back in the day, except back in the day it was anime-based and not War Thunder-based. But I've kind of I've taken that early concept and just kind of expanded onto something else that I do, which is play War Thunder. So, it ends up being this thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying, like, don't play what you, like, don't think that you want to play, but, like, really try to find what you enjoy and what you see that your viewers enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, sometimes, some personalities on Twitch, regardless of what they play, their viewers will enjoy. And that's like the ultimate goal. But you're always going to have people that are only there for the game. And that's something that I've realized a lot when it comes to my streams, is that when I stream War Thunder, I'd be up there in the views, and I'd have a very, very active chat. But then if I'd move on to another game, everything would drop. And I'm not saying, like, oh my god, feel sorry for me or whatever, because that's just the nature of Twitch. People come to watch what they want to watch. And if that's just the game, which is War Thunder, which is how the War Thunder community works most of the time, I don't blame them, because I can be that sometimes too. I watch certain streamers for a specific game, and if they don't play that game, I'm just like, maybe I'll watch someone else today. So it's a very like sensitive topic when it comes to viewership, because some people take it extremely seriously while others don't. And it's a really personal thing for some.
Yeah. Also, I'm out of my game now, so if any of you wanted to hop in the squad, it's now open.
I'll join.
Yep. It's fish and chips, right?
No.
I know.
Used to be.
Is it Atsuk0 now?
Yeah. Same as my Discord name.
Gotcha. Here we are. Alright, there's a friend, or is my friends list full? No, it's not actually full. Ooh. I'm just filling up.
Keep asking you if you can leave the spot open for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can hold it open for 50 minutes. No problem.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to send a message to Daily.
Alright, Collision, what are we doing?
47 British. But here's a question for you, Vish. As a War Thunder or Live War Thunder person, on average, this is gonna be a ridiculous question because we now know you've got like 12,000 hours of War Thunder. But on average, how many hours a day do you skin stuff?
A day?
I imagine you do it daily,
Okay.
but or something.
Well, not as much anymore. Mostly because, like, sort of as Swede said, I don't have nearly as much enjoyment with this game as I used to. Mostly because, like, I just lately I've been able to buy a lot more games, having actual money to spend. So I've just been kind of like spreading out and doing other stuff. But back at like the peak when I would put out skins like on a almost daily / weekly. I forgot I was on push to talk. Okay, no, I don't know where I cut off, but like back when I was at like my peak of skinning, maybe 2 years ago, year and a half to 2 years ago, I would spend maybe 4 to 5 hours a day on some weeks. It depends on the skin though, because like there's some low effort ones that I'd crank out in a day, and then there'd be some that I'd take weeks and weeks on, just trying to like get perfect.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean, like the motivation's there to skin. It's like it's just I don't really have much motivation to open the game, much.
Or as much.
But yeah, not as much as I used to. But I mean, I still do enjoy skinning, and I don't think it's something that I'm going to stop doing anytime soon. Like honestly, skinning is still my favorite part of the game to this point.
Yeah. I was gonna get into skinning, but it took a flex for me, or at least because I was trying I was trying to learn it through CDK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a common trend among people who are trying to learn. I think the thing with skinning, it is complex, but I think people have a lot of shock at like really knowing how the process works when they first learn about it, because they're like, oh my god, this seems so complex, this is so crazy. But honestly, I would say like really it's more down to the person and not down to like the complexity, because once you really learn the intricacies of like how the templates work and how like programs that you're using work, it's pretty cut and dry in the sense that the process is the same for every skin you're gonna make. It's just a matter of like understanding the tips and tricks and like just knowing how to use your programs and whatnot, because like the templates turn off a lot of people. Like, yeah, tank templates are horrible. They're so cut up and discombobulated with a whole bunch of tiny pieces. But like, if you're willing to put in the time to like learn it, it's pretty high reward, because you can really make some cool stuff and feel satisfied with yourself.
It's like that. There's one time where skinning was a lot easier because we were able to, or I suppose you can still use tiger files, but I went and made a really ugly ass rainbow skin.
Now, but going back to what you said before about that you really enjoy the part of skinning, but you don't enjoy the part of the game. That's exactly how I feel in terms of both streaming and making YouTube videos. Like, I do like making the content itself. It's just that I don't find the motivation to do it for War Thunder. Like, I want to do it, but it's just like, I know I'm going to have to start up the game, and I know I'm probably going to have to go through between 10 and 20 games until I can really feel like, okay, I got the content I wanted. And it's difficult getting to that part, because I know it's just going to be like, I'm just going to be sitting on the struggle bus for the whole time, and it's not really going to be a very enjoyable time.
Yeah, because like a lot of the time nowadays, when I'm like, oh, I have an idea for a skin, but then I get to the point where I just like open the game and stare at the tank in my hangar or stare at the plane in my hangar. I'm just like,
I want to make a skin.
Exactly.
It's like, all right, maybe not, maybe later. So it's like nowadays, like the skins that would maybe take a day or a couple weeks for me to do are taking like months.
Yeah.
It's like I have such a backlog now of stuff that it's like, oh, I've started this, but do I really want to finish it now, or do I want to go play something else that would actually like let me have fun with my time?
Exactly.
But it's like, all in all, I mean, I can't I can't really say I like hate the game or anything. Like I still enjoy it. It's just I don't enjoy playing it as much as I used to. Like, you know, I'll get on and do a few games like I am now. Maybe like a couple hours a day, or not a couple hours a day. No, maybe 6 hours every like 2 or 3 days. But yeah, it's like a lot of the thing is like I used to spend a lot of time just solo grinding. So like nowadays I'll play if I have other people on, like if I'm playing with my squadron mates or just, you know, just random friends. But I really don't have any motivation to play alone, to play solo anymore. So nowadays it's just like squatting up with some friends or skinning. That's about it.
Yeah. It's my motivation for Warzone has really dropped over the past few years, but I think it's mostly the disconnection between players of the game and, you know, members of staff and content creators and everything else. Like, it's so just disjoint. The players are always just showing out the mods, and the mods just want to do the best they can. It's like, it's hard to...
Yep. That's a KB1. Oh shit.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You've got that overpowered Russian 75 on there.
Yeah, he shut the wall. I'm good.
Yeah. So, this is... I suppose it's... This is a general question as opposed to being like a wartime question or something. What keeps you motivated? For like...
A lot of energy drinks.
Whether it be YouTube or whatever.
So in terms of content, or in terms of video games, or in terms of...
anything. Like, whether it's going to the gym or, you know, it's a general question about yourself. What keeps you motivated?
Okay. Does anyone want to start, or should I go? Or
you can start.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, I guess if you know me on a more personal level, you know that I work out quite a lot, and I do a lot of stuff on the side. I do a lot of music stuff, and I do a lot of college stuff too. So, for me, motivation is all about not necessarily wanting to do something, but doing it regardless of if you want to or not. It's kind of weird for me because in terms of gym, what motivates me is if I see an end goal, and I guess this is kind of universal, really. If I can physically, well, not physically, but if I can see the end goal, where I want to be in a couple of months, or for example, gym, if I want to get my body more built or whatever, I want to get faster. If I can see that goal, and if I can visualize that in my head, my motivation is way higher than if I would not be able to do that. So say, for example, if I go to the gym for a year, and or say even 6 months, and I see a visible or visual change in my body from the time where I started going to the gym and now, just that part is going to be motivation for me keeping to go, or like, how do I say this? It's going to be motivation for me to continue going to the gym, because I can actually see that doing this is actually doing something for me personally. And that's really what motivates me for the majority of things. As long as I can see the reason why I am doing it, that will be enough for me to actually do something. Yeah. And that, you know, that might be a very generic and, you know, very common thing for most people, but if I feel like I'm doing something just for the sake of doing it, I really have no motivation to do it. Like, for example, right now in school, I am currently in college in America, even though my name is TheMysteriousSwede. I moved to America about a year ago, and I'm currently going through a lot of general education. And this semester, for example, I am taking biology. And what do I major in? I major in web development. It has absolutely nothing to do with biology. It has absolutely nothing to do with stuff that I've already taken, but I still have to take it just because they need me to take it to get my degree. And it's in situations like that where I feel like there's no motivation, because I really don't see a purpose of taking, even though like it helps me towards my degree, it doesn't help me to actually, it doesn't help me in the long run for my web development, if that makes sense. Which just makes it seem extremely useless, and there's no motivational drive at all for me. So for me to personally have motivation for something, I need to know why I am doing it, and I need to see like what I'll gain from doing that specific thing.
I can relate to that. The biology part. I'm a business major, so I'm doing business management or business administration with a concentration in IT management. So I'm like somewhere in between business and CS. But like I still had to take like English. Well, I mean English is relevant, but like I still had to take biology and chemistry and all that stuff first year. It's like I don't need to do any of this. It's just like it's just kind of a drag.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sort of in the same place. The added layer for me. Oh shit! I'm on fire. The added layer of it for me is that for the better part of like 6-ish years now, I've like had a problem with anxiety and.
Oh, push your talk.
Yep.
Oh shit! Sorry.
You can run voice activity if you want. It's alright.
Yeah, I just don't know how bad my mic is. That's
Oh,
like
I mean, it can't be any worse than.
Alright, hold on. Let me switch it then.
Yeah, like. I'm not too fast if you have your mic always on or anything.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want like background noise if I'm like of me like eating or something. But anyway, yeah. So like for the better part of 5-6-ish years, I've had like anxiety and depression issues. So motivation is kind of like a tougher thing for me than most, I guess. I mean, especially now in college. If I'm taking like classes that I don't really care about, it just becomes an endless struggle of like, you know, like forcing myself to do things that I'm not really enjoying. I think the key thing for me when it comes to motivation is like, if I'm doing something that I can really like, that I feel like I'm enjoying a lot or that I can really get behind, then there's really no limit to how motivated I'll be. But the struggle, I guess, in that sense, is making myself enjoy things that I don't really enjoy.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm doing a chemistry class as a business major, it's like, I'm just gonna be endlessly bored or annoyed of it. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. Like motivation is something I always have issues with. So I'm always like, I a lot of times I try to find like the easy way out of things, which isn't the best idea, but just kind of how I roll.
Yeah.
It's a bad habit, I guess.
To be honest, I never actually had the problems with the motivation with anything, I think. Like, ever. If I'm not interested in something, I won't touch it. I won't do it, I won't touch it, I won't look at it. Like, I self-taught myself programming, HTML, C++, everything just because it looked cool. No other reason.
There you go.
This thing
Anyway,
cool.
the only thing that actually killed my motivation for months, dude, was my work because we started working long hours, 12 hours a day, no days off. So that completely fucked me over.
12 hours a day, jeez.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy when you work 12 hours a day for like 350 euros at the end of the month.
Jesus.
So that kind of kills you in the end.
I can imagine.
So then I want to go to the gym. Yeah, I can't do that because I work every day for 12 fucking hours. I want to ride bike. Can't do that. So you just come home, like be awake for like 2 hours and just go sleep instantly. If you don't have to do anything at home. Like that killed me for like 3 or 4 months. Like seriously did until I quit. Now I just ride bike and watch stargazing. And make War Thunder videos, I guess. And play Rust.
Hell yeah.
Can't forget about Rust. I really enjoy that game.
I've been meaning to buy that, but
It's a fun game.
I don't know if I want to spend $40 on it. Not on sale.
Yeah, I bought it for like 40 euros during some sale like a year ago.
Yeah.
And the other day I wanted to buy it for a friend of mine. And I go like, it's 40 euros. And I was like, yeah, I'm not buying you this. Fuck this.
Yeah, like I remember a year or so ago, it was like $5, and I was like, I should buy it, but then I didn't, and now I kind of regret not buying it because my whole squadron in War Thunder is playing it now, and I'm just like,
yeah, they are playing on my server.
yeah, because Cameron's been like getting everyone into it again.
Yeah, there's a small plug for Dita. He has a Rust server, so if you play Rust, go play on his server.
Yep.
They have some special people.
Me and Cameron were fighting over what game we were like planning for a while what server to open, and then we thought about, holy shit, we should do Rust. And then the Rust. And then some kid killed me with the revolver. I'm still pissed off about that.
That's kind of makes you went for Rust and not something like Ark.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never played Ark, actually.
Ark's just, well,
It's
basically Rust, just with dinosaurs.
With dinosaurs.
yeah, just a Rust clone with dinos. I mean, dinosaurs
I
are
did play
interesting,
Conan Exiles a lot, actually.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never played that one.
Conan Exiles was fun. I don't know how it's nowadays. Haven't played it in like a year.
I've never tried it, but I've seen some gameplay on it. It looked pretty interesting. I'm not sure how it is anymore, but it looks pretty cool.
I don't own it, but I've played it a couple times. It's pretty.
I'm more of a horror game nerd.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
love this.
I can't.
I
do
love
horror
to
games.
stream. I love to stream horror games, dude. They're my favorite.
Face cam or nothing.
I don't have an actual webcam. That's kind of a problem. The webcams are expensive. Like everything in Serbia is 40% more expensive than it is in US. It's crazy.
Sounds about right.
So you pay there for like GTX 1080 Ti $800. I have to pay $1,600 here in Serbia.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Fucking crazy. And when you take monthly wage is maybe 350 euros if you're lucky. Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Oh, that's true. Convict in chat says €350. That's nothing. Maybe for you, Convict. Maybe for you. Anyway, so what did you guys do before you came to War Thunder?
Work.
Yeah, well, you got me there.
I'm pretty sure I was like fucking 15 when I started playing War Thunder, so nothing interesting. Basically just being a cringy, edgy high school kid.
I mean, I watched a shit ton of anime and played,
Same.
you know.
Same. I still watch too much. Dude, we are 5 brothers in this house. 5 fucking brothers. We are all grown up fucking men. Aged from 21 to 29. And we all watch fucking anime. My mother used to watch anime with us.
A true weeb family.
My dad is completely disgusted by it, but yeah.
The whole family goes and watching anime? Oh boy.
My parents lived in Japan for like 8 years-ish. So, yeah, they kind of know, or they were kind of amused / surprised when like I knew more words in Japanese than I thought I did. Because they're both like fluent. They lived there for 8 years, so they both know it pretty well. So we were just talking about it someday, and they were just like asking me like, "Oh, do you know what this means?" I'm like, about that. Yeah, I don't watch as much anymore, honestly.
I still watch a shit ton.
Like time. I kind of want to get back into it. But
I still watch it. Every season I find a couple of them that interest me.
my problem is just like keeping up with it. Like I'll start it and then I'll get like 5 episodes in, and then I'll just be like, I'll watch it later, and then I never do.
I think the stars of this season would be the Adolescent Puberty Syndrome one and
JoJo.
Ooh, I fucking love that one. Actually.
Well, I mean, I don't even watch anime at all, so I'm.
No, we won't throw. No, wait, you have watched it. Well, I mean, you've watched it. You just don't watch it consistently.
Well, I've watched Attack on Titan. I've watched some Naruto. I've tried watching Sword Art Online, but that got me bored after like the 5th episode.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Completely excusable. Sword Art Online is garbage.
I mean, the new season's alright. The one they have airing now.
I don't know if I would watch it.
Currently, the Goblin Slayer is the hot stuff.
Yeah, that's the hot new one of the season.
It's like Darling in the Franxx of this season, which means I'm not going to watch it for like 2 years. Cause
I actually didn't like it, Darling in the Franxx. I gave up after like 3 episodes.
I watched 5 episodes and then like the fandom just made me hate it.
Yeah, same problem.
Your server made me hate it. Like all the people in anime chat flooding. Holy shit!
What do you think it made me hate it? It's the same thing.
It's like anyone sane in that anime chat lost so many brain cells during the first like few episodes of Franks. Oh,
To be honest, I just muted anime chat for like 3 weeks until the game got away.
Holy shit.
You mute it till it goes away.
Yeah, that feeling when the owner of the server mutes their home.
Like, I'm sure in the end it's a decent show. It's a Trigger show, so it's got to be like sort of alright. Because I mean, Trigger shows are pretty good, but like I just can't. It's like Attack on Titan. The fandom is just so annoying to deal with that you don't want to complete it.
So before you guys started playing War Thunder, you did nothing but watch anime.
Pretty much.
No,
Okay.
before I did War Thunder, I was a judist for 14 years. So after judo, I went to gym for like next 3 or 4 years. And then I started, my parents were like, yeah, you need to start working now. And I was like, fuck. So I started working, and then, just working, going out Fridays, Saturdays, and any other weekend, like, to get drunk and chase goals, I guess.
That's the mood.
Such a life.
Like, the only game I played before War Thunder was just a ridiculous amount of TF2.
TF2, I played that so much. Dude.
I reinstalled it the other day because Cameron and some people from the squadron were playing it again. I was like, alright, why the fuck not? But yeah, I think I put like 300 hours into that in high school. That was like the only thing I played. Other than that, it was just watch anime and be a generic cringy 15-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, me before War Thunder, I was kind of fresh out of high school, and like I said, I'd just gone through basic training in the military and had plans on continuing with that. But then I moved here instead, so that happened. But before War Thunder, I've been playing video games since I was like 9 years old. So it's always been something that I've done. I'm not sure if you guys played a lot of MMORPGs back in the day.
A lot.
Maple.
Well, I played Maple Story 1. I played a lot of Night Online back in the day. RuneScape.
Yes, RuneScape. I played a lot of RuneScape.
Yeah, so I have my games that I used to play quite a lot, and then I've always been physically active. Like I've done track and field. I've done like a lot of different sports. So that's always been something that I've done.
13 years of baseball. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I always liked the fighting sport, like karate. I have I don't know what belt in karate. I have a black belt second day in judo.
Nice.
No.
Oh.
Speaking of MMOs, I played religiously World of Warcraft and Lineage too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I had my moments in World of Warcraft too, but not a huge fan of it anymore,
I
unfortunately.
never got into WoW. I have a few friends who are like super into it, but I never really got into it. Honestly, MMOs in general aren't super my thing. Like aside from RuneScape, I didn't really play any of them. But like I can get the allure behind them.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I did in RuneScape was just to stand around and cut wood and sell it. That's all I did. That's what I did. We gotta farm that money.
Understandable.
I farm trees.
So just going around the RuneScape and saying in the chat, I want to buy girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Girlfriend for hire, please.
I played it again, like, I don't know, a few months ago for like a week. Some of my friends in another server were just like playing it for a meme. It was interesting.
Just call in Mike, he plays it.
Oh my god.
Crazily enough. Like, seriously, during the Gamescom, he was like playing it on his phone. Like, I was like, what the fuck, Mike, what the fuck are you doing? And he looks at me and I'm playing RuneScape. Like, okay.
Well, like, the thing is, like, I understand why I played and a lot of other people played RuneScape back in the day, but I really do not see a reason to play RuneScape nowadays. Like, there's so many, in my personal opinion anyway, there's so many better MMORPGs out there that just beats, I guess, in my personal opinion. I'm not trying to talk down on anything here, but my personal opinion, that does everything that RuneScape does, but better.
Dude, it's OG. So. That's why people play it.
Yeah.
I guess it's the nostalgia, you know. So.
Yeah.
Did any of you ever play Toontown like years ago?
No,
Holy shit.
I never did.
Okay. Go on. It was like this online browser game kind of thing.
Toontown.
It was really stupid. That. Like it was basically a kids game, but I played it in like fucking middle school. And they like it got shut down by Disney, I think, oh god, like in 2007, 2008 or something. But some people like revived it and like completely like recoded the whole game from scratch. And so I was playing that. I don't know, like last year. That was like a blast of nostalgia. Like, oh, yeah, this is what I enjoyed like 10 years ago.
It's always fun to go revisit the old games you used to play. I mean,
It is.
for me,
Every Pokemon game.
for me that would be like going back to cool math games and playing like something there. But you know,
Cool math game.
Dude, cool math games
Wow.
is classic.
I can already see you getting bullied in school. Like, holy shit.
no, but cool math games is what all the cool kids played. That's why.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. Though.
The games I mostly played, like I finished this game at least 15 times, and I could still go and play them back again. Fable: The Lost Chapters, and Vampire Masquerade of Bloodlines. Those two games, I shit you not, 15 times I finished them. I could still go play them anytime.
Alright, on the topic of games, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is your guys' single favorite game of all time? If you had to pick one.
Maple Story.
Well,
I mean that's not even a joke. Like I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
playing Maple Story. That was my first ever game that I actually like dedicated a lot of hours into. It got introduced to me by my cousins, and I was probably like 10 at the time. But I still reinstall that game. I'm turning 23 next year, and I still go back to that game and play it because I don't know. There's just something about that game that it always kind of takes me back. And it's I don't know. I just find it to be like I said. I don't watch anime. I'm not quote unquote a weeb. I just love the game because it has like it's got a special place in my heart. But you know what I mean, like it's just that nostalgic feeling, and it's now that Maple Story 2 is out, that's what I do basically.
Ah, shit.
For me, single player game, Breath of Fire 4. And for multiplayer game, I either Battlefield Vietnam or Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Ooh, Bad Company 2 was really good.
I still
Yeah.
play it, dude. I still fucking play it from time to time.
I would
I
play it,
believe
but I
it.
can't sign in to my thing, so I'm locked out of it.
Rip.
Feels real bad, man. But I think my OG game would have been Zoo Tycoon.
Oh,
The Tycoon games, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
Zoo Tycoon and Roller Coaster. Yeah, it was
Yes.
Roller Coaster Tycoon back then.
Roller Coaster Tycoon was the shit.
As well as Age of Empires too. And then you know,
Okay.
nowadays it's War Thunder and whatever sloppy anime game I can get my fingers on.
Sloppy anime game.
Sloppy
That sounds
anime
like
game.
okay.
Oh,
Alright.
Going to when are you streaming Helicopter Dating Simulator?
when somebody buys and gifts it to me, then I will stream it.
I'll buy you. How much is it actually?
It's like less than
Play
$20.
it right now. Play it right now.
It's probably like €10 or something retarded.
You gotta stream like Panzer Battles, then you peak as a streamer.
No, Peak is a helicopter dating simulator streamer.
I've seen like 2 screenshots of that, and I don't want to know.
I was gonna get Fly to try and play it, but
Oh dear lord.
Why? Yeah, good luck with that. It's €8. Jesus Christ, it's expensive.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
That's vaguely concerning.
Why are all the reviews positive? I found one. A single one is like negative.
It's like either memes or weebs or both. I don't know.
a little bit of everything.
It's probably a little bit of anything, yeah.
It caters to a lot of people.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
I don't know either. I'm just a wee bit confused now.
A weeb bit confused.
A wee bit confused.
I
Really.
got him.
Yeah. So my favorite game would probably have to be Nier Automata.
Mm.
Nier
That is a
Automata,
good one.
great game, dude. I
Oh,
love
it's
it.
so good! Oh my god, I bought it on sale like in March, and I spent like fucking a month and a half just playing through it really slowly, like at my own pace. Oh god, I will never run out of good things to say about it. It's amazing. Like okay, like the only bad things to me is it's a PS4 port, so like the PC version, the keyboard mouse controls are garbage. You kind of need a controller, otherwise, But other than that, like, oh, it's amazing. I've put so many hours into just like playing it, and I'm going to replay it at some point. I just like I need more time because if I start playing it again, I'm just gonna end up like sitting on it for a whole day.
Your whole day just
It's like, oh, whoops, it's midnight.
one of the mods in my chat, Convict Epic, would like to know if the combat in Nier Automata gets any better than what it is.
What do you mean by then?
Yeah,
What it is?
then what it is? Does he mean like start combat when you just start the game?
Because I mean, it's a full-on hack and slash. Like the main thing with the if you're at the beginning of the game, then yes, the combat does get better. It's the same style of combat, like it's still a hack and slash game at its core.
Yeah.
But as you get further into the game, you get like better weapons, or like different swords and spears and like different kinds of weapons with different like abilities and I guess like methodologies of how you use them. I think the really interesting thing to me with the combat system is the whole like chipset concept and how you can like buff yourself or give yourself like different abilities and skills and kind of like morph your combat style around like these like plug-in chips that you can put on your character. Basically what these chips do, if you haven't played the game or don't know about it, is since you're an android, you're a robot, the game makes it so that you have like a certain amount of slots for plug-in chips, and like each chip takes a certain amount of slots, and I think you have 128 total slots that you can use to put chips in. And basically the chips have all kinds of different different uses, different I forgot how to English. I don't know what word I'm trying to think of, but they all have different like uses, and so you can mix and match, I think, all kinds of chips, and basically have your character either be like super attack oriented, super defense oriented. If you don't want to take hits, you can boost like drop rates, EXP rates. It's pretty strategic in that you kind of have to think about, oh, how do I want to play this? Because like especially if you're playing at higher difficulties, you really want to prioritize defense over attack because like a few hits will kill you. So it's interesting. It's a unique combat system because it's like it takes the generic hack and slash, like, oh, here's a sword, go and slice things in half, but it puts more of like strategy into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely gets better from early game. Like early game, it's pretty bare bones, but once you get towards the end of the story and unlock more weapons and like upgrade them and stuff, it gets pretty varied. You can do a lot of things with it.
That game was weird.
Weird but good.
Yes.
Yeah, people were freaking out about it for a while. How good it was.
Yeah, I kind of regret not pre-ordering it as I was going to. Like, it took me a year and a half to buy it after it was released, but I don't regret it. It's amazing. Because I remember I was in India over the summer doing an internship, and the night before my first night, I was like towards the end of the game, and I ended up pulling an all-nighter like the day before my first day of work, just like finishing the game and then being depressed at the ending of the game. Like, holy shit!
Double kill incoming.
Maybe.
Oh,
do it. Tree. Well, you got one.
Yeah, there was a flak idiot there. I got really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my modern favorite game, I suppose, Age of Empires and Zoo Tycoons, probably War Thunder.
Don't speak to me about Age of Empires. I played it way too much.
I imagine.
Touch that again.
Oh, that game was so fun though.
I never played it. What's it actually about? Like, if you had to describe it.
Think of Warcraft if you play Warcraft games, but like the like medieval kind of ish times.
Okay.
You'd pick a civilization like like the Teutons or the Byzantines or whatever, and you'd build up a civilization and go to war with other ones that are on the map.
Gotcha.
It's not turn-based though; it's RTS. So you're constantly having to do things like get gold or stone or wood. Or...
Okay, is it kind of like Hearts of Iron but medieval version?
No, it's a lot different.
Or no?
This game's way more simple and way easier to play.
I was gonna say Hearts of Iron's complex as hell. I bought it on sale, and it's just like, holy shit, it do so much.
Yeah,
I'm really bad at it. Like the first time I played Hearts of Iron 4, I managed to lose to the Netherlands as Germany. It was kind of sad.
It's okay. I lost against anybody with anything, so. Did that game for the longest time. I still don't know how to play Hoi properly.
I don't. I feel like it's almost impossible to do.
Oh, it's possible. You just need to follow.
We're
Wait,
talking about fucking Hoi. Have you played the Europa Universalis series?
Oh, God.
No. Now that's a games I played way too much that I shouldn't have.
Now, the only game that I've played too much is War Thunder. 12,000 hours is concern.
Oh.
It is
Like
actually.
looking back, I really don't know how I've spent so much time in this game. I don't.
Yeah, one person that makes me wonder how he's played so much is Soren. He's got like 10,000 hours, and as far as I know, all he plays is
Fuck,
shit.
what is wrong with you people? I have like 5,000.
I mean, it's like I can understand playing a lot, but only Jets. Oh,
Yeah,
I can play like
he's
2
OG.
games of Jets before I want to off myself. Honestly, like the only things that I ever play anymore is just like the really OP stuff that I don't have to try when I'm playing.
To be honest, I usually just play low tiers.
Hey,
I seriously don't find the top tier fun. I can't
Big
find
down.
any fun in it. Only thing time I'm having fun in top tier is when I take something low tier in it.
M22's at 8.0, boyo.
That M22s, I killed the fucking Abrams with Kami.
How?
And the fucking Russian T60 1.01, so yeah.
Oh, we good.
No, but I feel you on that one. Like the when I do go back to War Thunder, I don't jump into top tier. I always go like my favorite tier is the low mid tiers.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are like
yeah.
my
I know.
favorite tiers.
Mine is from
4.0
1.0 to like 7.7. Everything above 7.7 is just a different playstyle where you have players just camping in a single spot for like 20 fucking minutes. He won't move from that spot. Like,
Honestly, like anything above 8.0 is basically just like it's tier 1 with larger tanks.
though I can understand because of all the repair costs and everything in War Thunder currently, especially in the high tiers, it's kind of crazy.
Like for me, it's not even that. I just the way that people play, because my favorite BRs, I guess, would be anything from 4.7 to 5.7. That's like those are my favorite BRs. And it's just there's something about the playstyle that people have in those BRs that is so much more enjoyable than what people do in higher. Like say 6.7 is pretty okay too, but anything above 7.0, it's just it's not that fun for me anymore. And
Yeah.
I just don't know why. There's just I don't know. It's weird.
That's why I wasn't excited about this newest update, because most of it was just top tier stuff. In the like patch before that, they added that German 1.0. What's the armored car thing?
Oh, the
Yeah, the Mad Lad.
SP.
Yeah, we played that.
something.
Yeah. We played that for like 3 fucking weeks, dude.
Jesus.
It was so fun. It's so fun.
It is a really fun little thing to run around in. Speaking of, we can open that next. Or the guys.
Hi,
that
I'm back.
play
What
with
is
can
it
open
next?
it. Oh, we're just talking about the SPZ221.
Oh yeah, Squeezy
Easy
boy.
boy.
Easy boy, yeah.
So Heat lost
Yeah,
board
like-
Magok, and he's using a Sherman, and now we're playing 7.7 with 6.7s.
I mean,
We got 6.7 though, so it's okay. I think. Oh no, we got 8.0.
Yeah.
Never mind. There's a Cobra in
oh,
here.
did we? Shit. Yeah, we've had 103.
It's
Oh,
8.0.
No, 103. Is it 8.0?
No,
it's
no, no.
7.7.
Let's talk about the H1G being 8.0.
The H1G is like 8.7. Or wait, no, the H1G is 8.0.
Yeah.
It's like the lowest. Yeah, the H1G and the MI4 are both 8.0.
Yeah. Oh well. Shit happens.
Oh well, it's okay. I mean, they have Russians and French, so I think the worst thing we'll see is no, actually, no, not in T62, because that's 8.3 now.
Well, okay.
Oh, I summons shit.
So Swede, I don't know if you want me to bring this up or not, but you're a music artist, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I make some music on my off time. I play the piano, I play the guitar, and I do occasional singing. But I wouldn't go as far as saying like I'm an artist, because I just do it for fun. So I don't gain anything, like I don't get any income from it or anything like that. So
I'm actually impressed that people can do that. Jesus Christ. I can't even read shit notes of music, like, what?
Yeah, you're I got interrupted, that's why I cut myself off really quickly, but you do what music? You do chill step, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, I try to focus on something that has to do with piano-oriented stuff, but also that has some type of kick and some oomph to it, I guess.
I mean, dude, if you want to plug your thing, just slap it in the Twitch chat, your YouTube link for your music channel.
Okay, I'll do that.
You're allowed to plug here. It's totally fine. If you want to plug, go right ahead with it.
I'm just gonna plug my latest one in there.
I'm gonna plug you all at the end of the podcast anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it didn't go through. Hold on, just send it to me on the Whisper and I'll post it.
I gotcha.
I keep forgetting that for some reason links don't appear in my chat. They just get auto-removed for no reason.
Oh, right.
Oh, I can see it. I don't know.
I've got like no moderation setting, so.
Helos is just going in. Look at him.
Hitlas, I built him a base yesterday in Rust.
Oh, he's dead. Good.
Bump.
He's BMP'd. God, the BMP2 is like the only higher tier vehicle I've actually been enjoying lately.
I had that.
BMP2 and Warrior are fucking great.
I don't have the Warrior, but the BMP2 is
I still love BMP more than a Warrior.
Okay, the entire Russian army is right here.
Oh, I can't.
It's like 2 BMPs, a T-54. Actually, sorry, 2 T-54s and a BMP-1.
I'm gonna take the hits. You need to shoot them.
Okay, well I can't see.
I bounced that. Interestingly enough. You're pushing me.
Oh, I can't. Can I? Oh, I'm breached. Shit. Can I even?
Alright, that one doesn't have a cannon breach or a gun barrel for that matter.
Help me repair.
T-54 screwed a shot up.
Oh shit.
I got his fuel tank. Seriously.
Oh, that
I'm dead
BMP's
later.
gonna. Yeah, that BMP's gonna.
How is that reload so fast? What is this?
BMP?
No, the 54.
Oh, it's got like 7 or 8 seconds, I think. At
Alright.
max.
Time to bring out a Death Star.
Well.
Payback will be sweet.
There's like 4 of them there. You can probably get a multi-kill. Oh, I can't get in.
Full person multi-kill.
What?
But yeah, Sweet's links in the chat, so if you want to go look at his music, it'll be there.
Oh man.
That's your latest one, isn't it, Sweet?
Yes, that is my latest one. Yeah.
Well, I will have to give that a listen.
I mean, I can't say I publish any stuff very often, but I do music stuff every day. But I don't really publish that stuff. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah, sure.
if I'm not mistaken, you're very inspired by like Alan Walker and. You can
well, it's been. Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of artists in my pockets that I take a lot of inspiration from. Elenium, Mitis, Alan Walker. Who else? Seven Lions. So there's a bunch of them.
Nice.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah. He's I think I first heard your music back. I think you played it on stream for everybody because you were like really nervous about bringing it up, and we just kept saying, "Bring it up, we want to hear it," and he eventually put it on, and yeah.
Yeah. Right now I'm just like, here you go, guys. Listen to this. It's not done. Just keep that in mind, and yeah.
But yeah, you do the odd music creation stream.
Yeah. Every now and again.
Nice.
The only time I really do it is during my night times, because that's when I'm the most inspired.
No, bad
Yes.
BMP, go away.
Hold on, I'll save you.
He's right there. Kill it with
Get over
fire.
this hill. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
I killed the T-54. It's fine.
Alright, I got the BMP. I avenged you.
So,
Wait, weren't there 2 T-54s? Or did they both die?
I killed one.
Okay, well, the second one is either gone or dead.
So, Dita.
Yes.
Has your pizza arrived yet?
Yes, I took it like when we were introducing ourselves, just like when Swede was talking.
Oh,
I just ran out and paid it real.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
yeah, I was wondering if you had got it or not. Oh, there he is. I found the other T-54.
Okay.
The pizza was too
That's
good.
awkward.
What kind of pizza was it, Dita?
Pepperoni, dude.
Ah, yes, good.
The classic.
The classic indeed. Wait,
I didn't really want to cook anything today, so I was like, I'll just order me a pizza.
Hey, I don't blame you, dude. Pizza's nice.
Pizza is very
So-
nice. I found the other BMP.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, has he seen me?
Oh my god.
Got him.
There's a
Wait.
there's a BMP2 around the corner.
There's two of them then. I just killed one.
Yeah, I'm out. Sweet. So
Oh, I found the other BMP.
regarding music stuff, were there any specific roadblocks that kind of popped up as you're creating your music? Like, you didn't know what you wanted to do, or this just didn't go well together, or, you know?
For me, I can come up with melodies and chords and all that stuff really, really easily. The main issue for me in terms of music is I can have and I guess this applies for the majority of musicians, is that you can have a fantastic idea in your head and you know exactly how it's supposed to sound and how it's supposed to go, but the problem is the execution. You don't know how to actually make the song sound the way you want it to sound.
Yeah.
And that's really when it comes down to knowing what programs you use, knowing what tweaks you need to do to get that sound, knowing what drum sounds you need, knowing, you know, filters and all of that stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily say I have a lot of roadblocks apart from that one. Because, you know, I think, like, my second language is music, more or less. Like, I think about it all the time. I always have something in my head that, like, it's either like a drum pattern or some type of chord progression or melody or whatever it could be. So coming up with that stuff is not necessarily hard. It's just how I execute it, how I get it to actually sound the way I want it to sound, and that's the most challenging part of the whole music making process, definitely.
Yeah. Well, while I ask these next few questions, I'll actually just throw on some of your music, and the
okay.
stream can listen to your music while I've got to find you on my sub list. There's that many people in there. Hold on, I could just open this. You've got to change your name again on me, and it's really difficult to remember.
SELOI. Oh, God.
SELY. ESE?
Yes.
Here we go. Right. Stop right there, Spotify. Am I gonna get copyright strikes for playing your music first off?
Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course not.
I'd be like,
Please don't take my money.
can I play your music? Sure thing! Actually puts it up on YouTube, immediate copyright strike.
Actually, that something like that happened to me too, because I actually bought the music, and as the guy sent me like email, like, yeah, you can use it. Holy shit! Like tomorrow, fucking copyright strike. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm slightly
And
triggered
like
because
two
you don't
days-
have a playlist.
Yes, and then
I don't know.
2 days later, he was like, "Oh, sorry, dude, I didn't notice," and then he removed it.
No, you just
I
don't have.
I can make a playlist if you want to.
Yeah, you didn't have a playlist that I could just run on, but oh well.
Yeah. I'll make one when I'm done with this dungeon in Maple 2, by the way.
Send it to me. Bro. Just send it to me when it's.
Yeah.
So. Well, here's one for you, Vish. This one's probably a bit easier for you. No, we can't.
Alright.
No, convict. We can't copyright strike me. He's like, can we copy strike illusion? How about no? I got copyright strike for a Windows sound, so you know.
A window? What?
Yeah, so I was showing off to some of the tech mods and whatnot, this bug I had, and the whole video was mute, apart from one Windows notification, and I got copyright striked for it, because the Windows notification was turned into a song, and then because it's like a 1 second piece of that song, it's automatically copyright striked.
God.
Oh, biggest surprise I had was with Soviet national anthem. Like, what?
Copyrighted?
Yeah, copyrighted. The fucking national anthem.
Amazing.
And it's copyrighted by some Japanese music production company.
Wait,
Which is the weirdest part.
wait,
What?
the Japanese are copywriting Russian music? What?
Yes. I
Communism.
don't.
Communism.
It's everywhere. But
Anyway.
yeah.
That's what we can ask.
Cause you're a, War Thunder Live artist. Do you do much
Yes.
aside from skinning?
I do art, yes.
You do art?
Actually, yeah, I started skinning kind of as an extension of, like, my art stuff.
Yeah.
I've been drawing just drawing kind of casually for the better part of, I'd say, almost a decade now, since I was, like, really young. It started with just drawing airplanes, and pretty much just airplanes as a kid. Because I used to be, like, on track to be an aerospace engineer, because I was like, ooh, planes are cool. And I got to college, I was like, never mind, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So I'm still, like, I'm doing business now, but I'm probably going to end up getting a job in the aviation sector. But anyway, not to go on a tangent. Yeah, I've been drawing for a long time. I can, like, send you links to, like, couple of my art stuff.
Yeah, just, links won't go through my chat, but if you just flick them to me on Discord, and I'll post them through.
Yeah, I'll send you on Discord. I don't do, it's mostly, honestly, nowadays, it's mostly just weeb shit, like...
Yeah, you know, that's fine, I mean, plug the anime, go for it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, no, I draw a lot of stuff, but most of what I'm actually, like, willing to upload is weeb shit, because, like, everything else is just, random doodles in my sketchbook that aren't really refined enough to, you know, be worth uploading.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, lately, art's been something that I've been, like, getting, I guess, more back into lately. Because I had the past few years, I've just been kind of, like, severe artist block, where it's like, I kind of want to draw, but I just don't have the motivation to do it. But yeah, I do enjoy just doing art, whether it's, like, drawing planes, or tanks, or anime girls, or, you know, whatever it might be.
Drawing his
Anime
waifu.
titties.
I know, I used to be, like, really serious with it. Like, I did commissions for a while and stuff, like, back in high school. But nowadays, it's, like, sort of not really having much time, and also, like, debatable motivation.
Speaking of anime titties, or not titties in particular, but anime in general, I was talking to Nomad, and he said, I remember talking to him about the War Thunder live cases, how you guys go through and select them all.
Uh-huh.
Like, monthly or something. But...
Wait, what do you...
I mentioned to him that if we get our own commissions from an artist, you know, ones that we pay for you know, so it can be ours. If we were to commission our own anime girls and then stick them on user skins, are they then eligible for a crate, since there's no copyright issues with them, since, you know, they're owned and we want to use them?
Theoretically, I suppose?
Haha, we found a way around it. We're doing it.
But...
So we can make that Dita anime tank skin?
Yes.
The key thing is, I don't think it's going to... I don't know the selection process. Like, I honestly have no idea. It's just, like, think about what they've been selecting. If you're gonna just, like, plaster anime girls all over a tank and expect it to just get in the market, I don't know about that.
No, but it'd be a somewhat serious, like, tank skin. To a degree.
Yeah, if you've seen the Japanese helicopters with the anime girls on, like the historical ones, like in that style, maybe there's a chance, because it's at least, like, kind of realistic. And on that note, I need to actually get going on doing that.
Yeah, Nomad Nomad mentioned that the biggest problem with having anime skins in the crates at the moment is copyright.
Yeah, because, like, Girls and Panzer stuff is, like, copyright. Like, everything is copyrighted as far as... Oh, shit, there's a T-44-100 down the street. Everything's copyrighted, so it's just a matter of, like, Wargaming, the other company, like, they have, like, the rights to use, like, Girls and Panzer stuff. And that's why they have a lot of the events with, like, Girls and Panzer tanks. Like, War Thunder doesn't have that, so... Like, that's the only reason that, like, they were able to get Strike Witch's things in DMM, because... Like, they actually, like, you know, got the rights. But otherwise, like, you just can't put in random skins with anime stuff on them, because then, you know, all kinds of copyright problems.
Yes, I think the key way for an anime crate, commission some anime stuff, get it slapped into a user skin, and boom.
I can't say I'm not planning on doing something like that. So, like, the Japanese helicopters that they painted with, like, the anime girls, there's 4 of them. And 3 of them are, like, pretty intricate, but then the 4th one's super simple, and me and some other skinners were like, oh, we're each gonna do one, and I got stuck with the super simple one. It's like, that's no fun. So I was, like, thinking about taking the design of it and, like, drawing my own decals in the style of the other 3. which is going to be a really like annoyingly big project because it means I have to basically draw like an entire plane's worth of anime decals from scratch. But it's kind of like I've been more motivated to work on that than anything else lately because it's like, oh, this is actually kind of combining two of my main interests, skinning and drawing weeb shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, why not? It'll probably take a few months to finish because
I mean, you know,
time and all that.
if the community gets behind you and, you know, you give them, like, the basics, it's kind of like doing manga work where you have the main, you know, the manga author who has all the ideas and all the character things. You just give them the base and then everybody else will finish it up for you as you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
It'll be quite interesting to see an anime case on the workshop that's just purely OC stuff from... Like we can have
would be interesting.
We can have a $40 Dita skin that can be Dita's, Dita can get paid back for it.
I like, what interests me with the market is, like, I don't know, like, one of my skins was in the last box, which was the T64.
Oh.
I was awfully surprised that that got in, because that's, like, that's a fictional country, even. Like, I don't know if you know, Jeanne Durian's, like, Artbound contest stuff that he does occasionally. Oh, shit.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well, basically, he held, like, a skin contest, I think, I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, maybe. And the theme of it was, like, a completely fictional universe, like a fictional planet with fictional countries and everything. And so you had to, like, create a country. Like it was kind of like nation states in War Thunder. You had to create a country and then, like, come up with, like, roundels, insignias, all kinds of, whatever you wanted to do with it. And then make a skin for your country. And then, like, that was what the contest was. And so I was judging the contest, so I didn't end up, like, participating in it, but I, like, still made a country and, like, a couple skins for it. And so one of those ended up getting into the box, which I was expecting their threshold for fictional skins would be, like, you know, realistic fiction. Like, oh, you know, this could have happened, it didn't, but, like, it looks realistic even though it's not.
Yeah.
But, so I was kind of pleasantly surprised that the T64 got in, because that kind of means, like, oh, maybe there's more possibilities for, like, a little more fancy kind of fictional skins to get in. So yeah, I think, honestly, like, there's every possibility that if someone did, like, OC anime stuff and made it look, like, I guess tasteful would be the right word.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I would say maybe there's every chance it would get in. I honestly wouldn't mind it. I know a lot of people on, like, Reddit and Live would shit themselves, but more fun for us.
Yeah, that's true. The Reddit community is, I find Reddit to be a bit too toxic towards the community, but, you know.
I feel like Live is worse.
Oh, Live is the best.
Live...
Yeah, because we were gonna have Dita in here, and he's, I'm sure you know Sarib.
Yeah, I talk to him quite often. He helps mod a couple of the other servers I'm on, so...
Yeah. We got him in here after he wanted a partnership thing with Fly for, like, PCS and Fly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, yeah. I think you were the one that pinged me about that, actually.
I think I was.
Was either you or Gentle Spy?
One of us. I think it might have been me. No. Oh, I don't know, whatever.
No,
either way. One of y'all, yeah. It reminds me I need to bother Sarah and play Postscriptum with him at some point. We played a bit. We played a bit for like a few hours, like a couple weeks ago, but then busy and stuff. I need to play more. Yeah, it's like all this talk about skinning is kind of like making me want to go skin again, which is probably a good thing. Like, hey, it's any motivation is nice.
Yeah, get you back into the swing of things and whatnot.
Yeah, I've got, I think, 3 or 4 skins that I've, like, started and have to varying degrees of completion and just haven't finished.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'll finish these someday.
Convict says he likes Dita's persona.
My persona.
We're calling it that from now on.
Get to call me a bee, but furry? Jesus Christ.
Got him.
You have ascended.
He's ascended weebism. I will say though, Dita, I do like the design of your character.
Oh.
Cute.
Oh.
I like it.
It is a good a good design. I kind of wish somebody would commission something like that for me, but I don't have money to get a commission in.
I mean, I'll gladly draw shit. Just it gives me reasons to be motivated.
I can give you a reason to be motivated and something to work with. Will that work?
Yeah, sure. Hit me up. I can't guarantee a completion date because school and whatnot. But
you know, if you were to do it quickly, you wouldn't like it. It's it's a case of if I was gonna ask for something or pay for something, I wouldn't call it finished until the artist was happy with it.
I wish more people had that mindset.
I'm just exceptionally rare, I like to think.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think that's weird. I think that's a perfectly rational thing. Because, like, from my experiences, I used to do commissions, like, back when I used DeviantArt, like, really extensively.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It really annoyed me, like, when people were constantly bothering me, like, hey, is it done? Is it done? Like, no, it's not. And you keep asking is just going to make me want to work on it less. It's kind of the same thing as a Skinner as well. Because it's like if people and that's kind of the reason why I try not to take or I try not to like say, oh yes, I will do your request, because then most people are nice about it, but then you have the occasional person who's like, oh, is it done yet? Did you forget? How's it going? It's like, let me work on my own pace, please.
Yeah. I'm very no, I like to think I'm really patient. Like, I'll wait as long as like you guys need, or
yeah.
And I think the majority of people that ask or are like, oh, is it done yet? Is it done yet? I don't think they understand, or they have never been in that position themselves, that how much time and effort it actually goes into making some type of creative item, whether it be a video or a picture or a drawing, whatever it could be. The majority of the people that do ask or are very like demanding in that way are usually the ones who have never done it or don't have a lot of a say into that subject because they've never done it themselves.
Yeah, and that's why I won't say I'll be like really annoyed at them. I kind of understand why they're doing it, but it's still a little bit irritating, just as a content creator. Yeah, it's like lesson to you guys watching. Please don't do that. It just makes us annoyed.
Mm.
No, like I'm sure you guys have seen Averick's
oh yeah,
9 video. Like he spent 9 months, a year or something like that on that. Like, geez, you said you really can't rush perfection.
Yeah.
Example number 1. Oh, rip Collusion.
I hate that playing with a passion.
Was that a 9T? Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 9T. Based Russian engineering.
I hate that thing with a goddamn passion. It's way too good for what it is. It's like, yeah, I'll just maneuver and still do like 450 and keep up with you. And if I fly in a straight line, he's just gonna nuke me.
You think that's bad? The Yak 9P is objectively like the most overpowered Yak in the game. Like what, for 5.0? And it can like outfly even like 6-7 super props. It's ridiculous. The only thing it doesn't have is speed, but you really don't need it. Like top speed, I mean. I love it.
Oh my god, what the fuck's this thing? How about no?
Honestly, I don't fly enough anymore.
Oh.
I'm just like, all I'm doing is tanks.
Yeah,
really
I can't play ARB anymore. It's just it's too much of a time waster, I guess, in my eyes.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like the problem is more with the mode, though. Like, ARB is it's gotten really stale. Because, like, nothing's changed with it for so long.
Yeah, it's just, 10 minutes of climbing for either, it'll be you die instantly, or they'll just run away back to the airfield because they're outnumbered. Which is even more time wasted.
This is, like, the thing with me and War Thunder. It's like, for as much as I gripe about it, like, as we've been doing, it's like, I still can't, like, fully stop playing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I will for quite a while. Like, it's still fun to some extent, and I still have, like, that, oh, I've been playing this for so long, and I don't really think I can stop now kind of factor.
Yeah. I mean, I can get behind that, so.
Yeah.
Especially with GM work, like, I'm forced to play it, basically.
Oh, yeah, same.
I'm not forced to play it, like, I could leave if I really wanted to, but I really enjoy being a GM, looking after the community, making sure things are... It's like how everything else goes, Discord moderation, Twitch moderation, etc.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's nice to look after a community that,
Yeah, being a mod has made me, like, appreciate the game a lot more in the past year and a bit. Because it's like, doing mod work, on live. It's like I've used live for so long, but like doing mod work and just kind of like feeling like, oh, you know, I can have a lot of meaningful interactions with the community as a mod, and like while at the same time, you know, keeping it like, well, I want to say keeping it clean. That's a bad word. That's not good word choice, but like, you know, keeping it a friendly place, you know, for the whole community to be. And I would say I pride myself in that. I think like all the mod team kind of has the same mindset in that, like, you know, we're trying our best to, you know, like do good for the community and keep the community like a friendly place for
keep it healthy and nice,
yeah,
and anybody can come and talk, and you know.
Yeah, and I enjoy that aspect of it, honestly. Like, I've always enjoyed kind of like doing mod work because I feel like it's fun to do that kind of thing. Just like engage with the community. Oh god, what did you do this time? Did he bring 7/7s again?
I don't know. I think he just shows his teaching around over Sherman.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I do enjoy mod work.
Yeah, it's yeah, I see some pretty distasteful stuff and logs and whatnot. I'll you know.
That's always gonna be there. What can you do about it?
You know, it's a nice experience and something different. So,
yeah.
You know, to me, it's giving back to the community. You know, community's nice to you. I want to give back to it, so I'll look after it and make sure everything's all good.
Yep.
Like, and I think like
4 years before I became a mod playing the game, so it's nice to like, hey, for the past year, like I've been able to kind of do what I can in return.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I think it also kind of, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but for me personally anyway, say if I've been playing War Thunder for X amount of years, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm not really enjoying the game as much anymore, but then I get the role of, for example, a GM or a mod somewhere. It kind of gives me a purpose to revisit the game and try to have a good time with the game again, because I kind of have a purpose to enjoy the game, if that makes sense.
I definitely agree with that, because like I took almost a 4 to 6 month break from the game just because I had no motivation at all to play it last year, and so like that's where I missed like I didn't even have motivation to do like any of the events in the summer, the spring, or sales or any of that. I just was like, no, I can't. But I was still like sort of active in like the skinning community and whatnot, and then when the opportunity arose to like apply for being a mod, I was like actually really, you know, interested by that, because I thought, oh hey, like this gives me a reason to really engage myself in the game with the community again.
Yep.
I think that was a big reason of why I even applied for being a mod in the first place, because I felt like, oh, being able to give back to this community that I've been a part of for 4 or 5 years now in like a positive way, while also kind of like reinforcing my enjoyment of the game. It's a win-win situation, and I'm really glad I did it.
And I think it really comes down to like, in general, everyone wants to have some type of, this is going to sound much deeper than what I'm trying to say, but everyone wants to have a purpose in life. And I think that, like, I think it kind of reflects, like, it touches that too. Because, like, if you're doing something that you know that has a purpose, it becomes a lot more meaningful and usually a lot more fun as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
like,
it's, it's not as deep as it sounds.
I mean, yeah, but it's still a true statement.
Yeah.
Nope, that's Lorraine. Shit. Run away.
The little rainy boy that killed me. I fired my tiger that he left. I fired my 20-pounder at him a second ago, and I got a non-penetration on the front of his turret. And I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck?
You probably hit the join between the two plates. I don't know.
That or right under the gun breach.
I found a very oblivious IS-2. Bye.
Boof.
I love the T-29.
I'm just seeing if the chat's got any questions or anything they want to ask, since it's mostly been me asking questions all stream. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask each other? Preferably something that doesn't break mine and Vicious NDAs would be great.
Yeah.
What is the one thing, which could be, it's like an addition to the game. It's not like changing the game, but it's addition to the game that you would like to see. It could be in terms of adding a vehicle, a tree, a map, a game mode. What's like the one thing that you guys really feel like this is what I want?
Introduce international tech tree And bring back the fucking what's the name? Oh god damn it! I completely forgot the name of it. Free for all event that was
Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, Battle Royale. I fucking love
Yeah,
that.
that was fun. I really
know.
enjoyed that.
I don't know why they removed it. I used to love that. They brought it back for a while, but it was only an arcade, and then they removed it again. But International Tech Tree, I won that.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, I feel like the International Tech Tree is the main thing that I'm in favor of right now. Because it's like, there's so many vehicles that aren't in the game that could be in the game, but they aren't just because, oh, they don't really fit into, like, anything right now.
Exactly.
It's like, I know a lot of people say, oh, but it's gonna break the realism, like, you're gonna have random tanks that didn't fight, but I'm like, don't we already have that? Like, I don't really think it should change anything.
Yeah, you mean 76 Shermans in every nation?
What's this Panther 2 thing?
God, I could go on for hours about the Panther 2. Like,
I think it's so funny though.
German tree, but it's so wrong.
Yeah, I think it's funny though when people they try to force like, oh, realism, it has to be realistic, but then there's so many things in game that are already unrealistic. Like look at like customizing your tank, like putting random emblems on your tank. How is that?
Yeah,
you know, like there's so many aspects of the game that are already unrealistic, and people are like, but we don't want Unreal. I'm just like, shut up, come on. You know, like.
I was gonna say, I don't think you had Shermans driving around in World War II with big cock on the front of them, dude.
Well,
exactly.
War Thunder is real life.
Yep. If you die in War Thunder, you die in real life.
Well, apparently.
What is this? Sword Art Online? Oh man. I think I'd love to see the International Tech Tree, but even better than that, I would like to see a rework of how the nations are laid out in War Thunder. Like, have an Axis and Allies tab, and then if you click into those tabs, you get all the sub-nations being Germany, Japan...
that would be interesting.
Whoever else, like Hungary, Italy, and just have them all in separate tabs. And then maybe say, to unlock the Hungarian ground tree, you've got to unlock Tier 3 in the Italian Tech Tree, and then have like a wee arrow that leads to the Hungarian flag or something.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Give people another reason to grind out certain tanks, so they can get into these tech trees. And like, say the Italian tech tree can have a couple of Hungarian tanks that leads into the Hungarian part of the tree.
Yeah.
So you can switch over to the Hungarian tab, and then you'd have to get to unlock the Hungarian tanks, or you know.
I do like that they're kind of moving towards adding like more varied vehicles. The only thing is like they're all at high tier. So like now we have the TAM, which was a German-Argentinian like combo thing, which is like it's a start. It's great. But I feel like my main gripe with the game in its current state is just that all the focus nowadays is just on top tier tanks.
Yeah.
Which is just like, I mean, yeah, I like the T-80, I like the BMP2, the Leopard 2s and all that. Like, sure, that's fine. But, I like, as someone who doesn't really enjoy top tier anymore, I kind of wish there would be more emphasis on, more emphasis on, like, lower tier stuff again. Like, I remember back when tanks first came out and they kept adding, like, stuff in, like, 5.7, 4 to 5.7 range. Like, that was fun.
Yeah.
Because you get new stuff that was, like, really, like, viable to play and enjoy. But now it's just like, oh, yay, another T-64 that's probably just going to get shit on anyway.
I think the problem with, like, as much as I want Atsuk, is, like I previously stated, I'm not a huge fan of top tier, but I think the problem with not adding top tier as much is that people might find, like, there's no real purpose of grinding. Like, what's the purpose if we can't get any further? You know, like...
A lot of people play to grind
the mid-tier,
in that respect.
Exactly.
But the problem with that, or at least the way I see it, is like the devs said, I think it was at Gamescom or something, that they plan to go like all the way up to modern stuff at some point.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Yeah, that was during the Gamescom, I think.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like that's a double-edged sword in itself, because like once you get to modern stuff, you just go so far away from the realm of realisticity. Like, I get expecting realism isn't something that we should probably be doing, because I mean, it is a game, but... Once you get to the point where you're adding like vehicles with completely classified stats and just kind of like, okay, we're gonna make up something just so it's balanced, like then it just, I don't know. I feel like that just opens a whole new like can of worms that isn't great. Especially if we get to like modern tanks and modern jets. Like I don't like, it worries me about how those are gonna be balanced. But who knows? We'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah.
You got two things chasing you right now.
Yep, and I still have bombs, so hopefully I can get rid of these before I get shot down.
That's a Spitfire. That'll be the Russian Spitfire in the Corsi.
Yep, I'm just gonna drop all my bombs to C-34. Bye.
You almost got the... Oh!
Oh, he crashed.
I thought you killed him for a
Oh
second.
shit, he's still alive.
But yeah, you know, there's suggestions for top tier and stuff, but we won't go too deep into that, you know.
Ah!
Podcast.
I think the problem with it is it's a difficult topic because there's no real answer to it. There's no real solution either. Like because you can't please everyone. You know.
I mean, thing is,
everyone has their own opinions on it.
this podcast is more about you guys rather than War Thunder. That's
the
thing about it. This is why I get you guys on. You know, we sit here and talk. Dita, you've been quite quiet over the past few minutes. You've been quite quiet.
Did I? Was I? I was just looking through memes, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe because of that.
You had any juicy memes in there?
I mean, you were talking, so I was just like listening to memes. So yeah.
That's alright. We were just talking about top tier and yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like a really topic. But...
You have better concentration than I do. If I'm looking at memes, I just tune out of everything else.
You know what I can't actually do? Like read and listen to something at the same time. I get extremely confused by that.
Yeah, no, I can't either. If I'm trying to read something while listening to like anything, like music or like this kind of stuff, and so I can't.
Yeah, it needs to completely be quiet before I can read this and actually remember it. And not to listen to fucking lyrics of crawling in my skin or something like that.
Crawling in my skin.
Like, that's the only thing that I actually like. I'll listen to classical music when I'm studying, but like that's it. I can't listen to anything else. Something like soft and instrumental is pretty good for me, but I mean, I'll listen to like any kind of music, but like when I'm multitasking, it'll always be something like without lyrics.
Yeah.
Metal, always.
Please no.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of metal. Like aside from like Sabaton, and pretty much that's it. I'm not my thing.
Sauber in the chat was just talking about how he's not worried about top tier tanks being 100% accurate, considering that War Thunder is a video game in the end. It's not something like DCS. But he would also welcome pre-World War II stuff and even World War I stuff, like the Fokker triplane and whatnot.
Tier 0 or tier 0.5. I would actually quite enjoy that. Like, I honestly, if they're going like modern, I see no reason not to like go backwards as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I mean, if you're gonna go modern and just kind of keep expanding it one way, you might as well expand in the opposite direction as well, just to get like the full gamut of like everything from like, you know, start to finish as far as technology goes. I think it'd be pretty interesting.
Yep.
Like having one game where you could play everything from like, you know, the Fokker 1 or whatever the I don't know much about World War 1, but like whatever the first stuff is, all the way down to like, you know, like I don't know how far they want to go with planes, but like say an F-15 or something would be pretty interesting.
Be interesting, but there'd need to be a gap between, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like it could do with like certain cutoffs where like a tank of said battle rating or a plane of said battle rating couldn't face something lower than it or something like that, or lower than like a set cutoff.
But with that,
so like you could have a cutoff between like, I don't know, like at like a hard cut at like 7.3 or something. So it's a hypothetical. It's just something I've thought about in the past.
I was just thinking, like, you know, if your tank's 4.0, maybe the cutoff for a lower BR should be 3.7.
Oh, yeah.
And then the highest it can go is 4.0.
Yeah, like something like that. But like at higher tier, because I feel like, you know, we've gotten to the point where if you're in a 10.0, you're immediately a much higher advantage than say if you're in like
9.0,
a stock Leopard 1 or like a Type 74 or something. Like, if you're in Abrams, you're immediately like in pretty much the best tank on the battlefield at that tier. Like, I feel like, you know, that's one example where like only 10.0s in a match would be a lot more balanced, and then everything else around there would face each other, and it would be a little bit, you know, like more fair. But then again, honestly, we've had so many conversations about just balancing the game over the past years, so we'll see, you know, what they actually decide to do with it.
You can't get up tiered if you play top tier.
Oh. True.
That's an Ostwind. I don't like that shit.
I actually never really had any problems with getting up tiered.
No, I
usually never.
See, like, I can't complain. I can't complain about getting up tiered because, like, I always end up golden eagling mods on high tier tanks. I can't be asked to grind them. Like, I cannot.
Only actual problems I think I had with it was 7.0 to 7.7 American lineup. When you get those shitty APCR shells for the start. Oh god, it's a pain. It's such a pain. M47, I didn't play that tank in like 2 years now.
Yeah, no, the M47 is not fun. Honestly, like, I just... Anti-air, no, don't touch me. I'm in a very small boy, I don't want to be diddled by anti-airs. No, like, I can't be bothered with grinding high-tier stuff, so it's like, at this point, all of my eagles that I save up are just go towards buying parts FP and shells at top tier. But, like, at the same time, that's also part of why I don't want to play top tier anymore, or I don't do it much. Because it's like, I don't feel like spending a whole bunch of eagles getting mods on a tank that I'm probably not even going to play much. After, like, grinding it. It's just like, I could just save these and wait for sales or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and it's like, just low tier is so much more enjoyable. Give me like a 4.0 any day. Yeah. 4.0 Germany is like my ultimate guilty pleasure lineup. So I can just take the T34 and the KV1.
Mine is 6.7 Germans. Fucking love that lineup.
Is the Tiger 2 still relevant?
Yes.
Like, I haven't played it since they
Ready
I haven't played it since the Ready Rex because I kind of figured, getting shot in the turret is instant death.
Yeah, it's usually not, but it still deals with the Tiger 2 is still a basic tank.
I guess it's nice that, like, getting shot in the side of the hull won't screw you instantly anymore, but...
I don't like to play Tiger 1 tanks, like at all. I fucking hate going against M18s.
See, that's the beauty.
Oh, geez,
5-7 Germany? Ooh.
It's like zombies in Left 4 Dead, just fucking M18s everywhere.
The Panther D is so much better.
Panther F is one of my most hated tanks I ever played.
That was a Stealer Ring. I thought that was a Fosh, and I was freaking out, and then I one-shot it. Nope, not a Fosh.
I would say 5.7 Germany if Russia didn't have the TV. Or the T5.
5.7 Russia is so fun.
T5 is really rare, actually. Not that many people.
Nowadays, yeah.
It's like here, I have a Panther A, but it's at 5.7 instead of
Well, it's not APCR, but then again, who even uses APCR?
And then on top of that, you get the T3485.
Oh my god.
IS2.
The T3485 with bed springs, like the 85E, that thing is ridiculous. When I bought it, I got it on sale, like, during some sale, like, last year.
Yeah.
I think it took me, 8 games and, like, 35 kills before I died in it once. Like, it's ridiculous. You pretty much just need to go drive on the side of the map and just side shot everything.
Jesus.
So much fun. Like, 5-7 Russia is probably, like, one of the best lineups in the game.
Yeah, if you have a KV220, yeah.
I do, actually. The KV220, I didn't get it during the event because I was taking a break, and then I got lucky and landed it in a box from the market.
Jesus Christ, you lucky bastard. Get out! Why are you even here? just to dab on us that actually suffered to that terrible event?
Man. I was tempted to, like, sell it because, I mean, why not? But also, it's like the only event vehicle that I missed that I actually wanted, so.
Oh
feels
god,
good.
I hate those events so much.
I'm getting rocketed. Please don't touch me. Oh, I shot a wall.
That'll be right. I think that'll do it for the podcast. It's been 2 hours, and that's kind of what I aim for.
Yeah, it's
wow.
been 2 hours.
Totally hadn't been 2 hours. Damn.
2 hours flies, man, when you're sitting here talking about things, and you've got questions there that get passed on. It flies, too. But yeah.
Fun.
Pretty good.
I want to thank you guys for hopping on. Originally, instead of Vish, it was going to be Mike Goes Boom, but Mike Goes Boom was away.
Yeah,
Actually,
he was away. He sent me a message like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, he sent me.
Stuck with me instead.
Yeah, he said he wasn't at home today and forgot, but it's alright. He'll be on next week, so. And
he got stuck with me instead. Infinitely less German, but
it's alright. It's alright. With next week's gonna be Mike Goes Boom, Keith Donachie, and who was the other person? Oh, it was meant to be you, Vish, but I'm gonna have to swap you out
Oh.
for someone. I'll find someone.
Hey, I mean,
But
I'll come again.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
it was really fun, Collusion. I
Yeah,
appreciate
it was,
having
Yeah,
me and
no problem.
the other people. It was
It
good.
was really nice talking to you guys.
Yes, the
Yep.
same.
It's always nice to drag people on, and you're always welcome back in later down the line if you want back in.
Appreciate
gladly.
it. Appreciate it.
I need people in to keep it going, so
I'm sure. I mean, hey, we'll always have something to talk about. Whatever
Yeah.
it might be.
I'm gonna talk to you after this podcast about that commission thing though, because I would be keen
Yeah,
on that.
sounds good. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. I will slowly but surely get on it.
Yeah, I mean, take your time.
Oh wait, why am I the only tank left? No.
But yeah, I think that'll do it for this one.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea how to
Thank
end
you.
these things, so I think I'll just throw on one of Swede's songs, and you guys can just listen to it as we end. So yeah.
Right.
Alright, guys. Nice talk to you.
Yeah. Good.
Same,
to
the
talk to you.
same.
Thank
Gonna
you for
go
having
play
me.
some Rust again.
Hell
Very
yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go
Alright.
watch JoJo.
See ya, guys.
because- hell
All right,
yeah.
boys. Take care.
Adios.
Have a good one. Hi. Yeah, I can show you that. Hold on. ASMR with Collusion. How you doing, guys? Just kidding. Anyway, I'll see ya beautiful sons of guns next week for number 3. And we'll have the big boy Keith on, we'll have Mike Goes Boom, and I'll find some other scrub to hop in and join. Oh yeah. Later.